Good morning, welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. Now I've got loads of things on the discussion list for today. Let me move that out the way. So we have got, there's some flash deals on the Banggood website. Some are complete BS, one of them is not. We're going to take a look at the new HobbyKing deals. And thank you to everybody. I've been corrected around the Taranis 9X radio or transmitter. We'll have a little note on that one in a moment. We've got the Bonsai tree episode in a moment. So that'll be out there today. We got the last attempt with the iNav in the wing ring as well. The Phoenix 2000 is on sale. Anyway. And who screwed up and told Banggood about their incorrect pricing? Please own up in the comments section below. And also we'll be covering the setup for the C1 Chaser as well. I wanted to give you early notification on what I'm going to be doing with mine, just in case you want to replicate what I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be putting it into a mini series. So with that said, BS deals on Banggood. So if we scroll down... right, it's to do with this one. This RunCam Owl Plus is that, number one, the Owl Plus is a fantastic camera. Let's not knock it at all. But it's on 25% off, but I bought it for £1 more, like 3 weeks ago. And since then, the currency has got, the pound sterling has taken a bit of a nosedive. So it should have got more expensive. So, yeah... not great on that one. On the flip side, RunCam 2, happy days. All the flight footage which you've seen me doing, except for the DVR recordings, that has been done with a RunCam 2, and proof is in the pudding. When my orange one, my original orange one, got completely run over by a big tractor, I went and bought another one immediately. So I've got two of those. And the video quality on them is absolutely outstanding. I mean, absolutely outstanding. The only one negative, which I can tell you about the RunCam, is the audio quality is shockingly bad. So, for example, let me give you an example. Yeah, I have to do lots of audio editing on when I've used the audio on the RunCam, whereas, for example, compared to a Mobius, is that the audio quality is absolutely amazing. In fact, in some ways too sensitive compared to the RunCam. So yeah, but for just straightforward video quality, RunCam absolutely unbelievable. I'll pop a link to this page in the video description for you. And the other thing which I noticed down here is that they've got the Phoenix 2000 for £103. You can buy that for cheaper over on HobbyKing, for one of the other sites where you can buy it. And there was something else I noticed, which was this on the flash deals. There was another model which has actually disappeared from there. It was that flying wing which we saw a while back for about 100 quid. No, not at all. Right, next topic which we've got. I would like to say a big thank you to everybody's comments about the Taranis 9XR Pro. There has been some fantastic feedback about that transmitter. From all of your comments from yesterday's coffee chat, basically people are just saying that if you put a decent module in... Oh, module! Need to find that in a moment. Is that if you put a decent module in the back, it's basically a cheap Taranis. Happy days! Happy days. So I stand corrected that is a very, very good transmitter. Brilliant. This is one of the brilliant things about the coffee mornings, is because I get to learn stuff, and as a group, we also get to learn what's good and what's crap. Brilliant. Oh, that also reminded me, is this one. Now, do you think that I should buy one of these? Come on. Right. While the Banggood website is loading, is that in short, that's a module which will sit in the back of the Taranis, and it has the ability for... Come on. I don't know why it's been so slow. Anyway, that module fits in the back of the Taranis or another transmitter, and it allows you to connect to a whole raft of other receivers. In short, off the top of my head, We had Walkira, we had Husband, we had some of the Simba ones, we had Flysky. There, right, it's just been loaded, brilliant. And let me just scroll down. Again, I'll put a link to this one separately in the video description. Where are we? Let me just scroll down. Yeah, it will connect to Flysky, Husband, Frsky, which I've already got that in the Taranis, High Sky, V2, DSM2, Devo, YD, so I don't know what that is, Simba, SLT, lots and lots of other communication platforms. So do you feel that's good value for £31.59? Do let me know in the comment section if you guys rate it. I'll go and get one. I'll go and get one because I think for 30 quid, I think it's a bit of a bargain because I got like micro quads and stuff here. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you on that one. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section underneath this episode. Next one, coming back to HobbyKing. I didn't buy any of these batteries. I've just got them sat in my cart at the moment. Well, I'm not signed in, but they were in my cart. And the only thing which I noticed, there's two more which has been added in here. I didn't look at the motorbikes because that really doesn't interest me. But scrolling down, the one thing which did perk my interest is that 60 amp ESC for an EDF. Okay, so a 60 amp speed controller for about 12 quid. Bargain. Absolute bargain. And those of you which have, it says in here about optimized for use for EDFs. In other words, it's a smooth startup. But when you go in, and sorry for flicking around the tabs, is that when you go and look at the PDF and then rotate clockwise, brake setting, you probably won't be able to see that on your screen. But in short, it does look like you're able to turn the brake on and off, which does then mean it's portable to a normal motor. So I thought that was actually a genuine bargain. I don't know how much it was. Oh, it was 28. But 60 amp ESC for 12 quid, not bad. Not bad at all. So I'll put a link to this one for you in the video description as well. Oh, and there's that tab as well. What else we got on the list? That was new HobbyKing deals. Corrected on that way. Oh, episode Bonsai in a tree. Let me just go and get the YouTube up. Pat has already been and seen this one and ribbed me for it. He said he liked his rolls. And I asked for clarification, and it was absolutely right. It was the rolls of when I stuffed it in the tree. Just in my defense, I was trying to bring it, so if you imagine the microphone here's the tree, it's because we were getting lots of diagonal crosswinds, and you'll see how much it's getting chucked around in the sky, is that what I was trying to do was bring it round the back of the tree and then bring it into land, into wind, and that was just a complete fail because it did get pushed. No, I'm not even going to say that. I flew it into the tree. So let me have a quick look. Let me just pop that on the screen for you. So it's Bonsai in a Tree. That episode will be out later today. If you wanted to watch it right now, it's over in the Facebook group. The link to the Facebook group is in the video description. Click the join button and I'll pick it up later today, and you'll be able to get access to that one and any of the other episodes which I make, which get published in the Facebook group before they go live on YouTube. So yeah, that was that one. What else do we have? I've got myself out of sequence now. Bonsai in a Tree. Oh yeah, last ditch attempt with iNav in the Wing Z84. So sorry, there's a microphone there. So I've put the components back in. I've sorted out the lens on the RunCam. Yeah, that really did take quite a whack. Not impressed with that. Oh, I did get quite a few questions about the covering film as well. It was just the covering film from HobbyKing. Black, and the bottom is, which I'll turn it around, is chrome. And it was about 8 quid a roll. Absolute brilliant stuff. And honestly, I've only been and covered, this is the 4th aircraft which I've been and covered, and it's dead simple. It's dead simple. You just do the awkward parts first. So do the wingtips. You do the winglets first, you do the wingtips, and then you can do the bigger sections afterwards. And then what the route which I took was do the wingtips, the winglets, do both wingtips, do the center hole, and then do the bigger pieces in the middle. And that's pretty much what I did on the bottom as well. And it's come out absolutely lovely. Yeah, nice and slick, to say the least. So, yeah. Covering film on model airplanes, not that hard at all. The one thing which you really do need is one of those special soldering irons with the little cloth piece on the top. And it doesn't need to be up high for the temperature. And when I did that one, I only did it on medium. And I did intend to go back over on high. But frankly speaking, it really did cover it quite well and stick really, really well just on medium heat. So happy days for that one. What else have we got? Oh, yeah. So, by the way, I have been and fiddled my, order numbers in here. But I wanted to show you my order page so that you can see that that's what I've been and ordered. Is that I want to share these 3 items with you. And this is for the C1 Chaser build. Okay. These are the items which I've been and purchased. Number 1, a Pix Racer. Okay. So that's going to be my flight controller for the C1 Chaser. It does come with the safety switch and the buzzer. By the way, the buzzer you want to keep as far away from that unit as you possibly can so it doesn't interrupt the compass which is on the board. And trust me, I learned that one the hard way. It does come with an SD card which just plugs in underneath. It does come with the ESP01 board, I think, which is on my desk somewhere, and I flashed it with their firmware in which they suggest for it. I just can't get it to connect over UDP. So yeah, the idea of you using the Wi-Fi board doesn't seem to be working at the moment. That's probably down completely my fault, but I flashed it with their firmware and I can't get it to work on my one, which I've got here anyway. And it comes with a cable in. It's a super diddy little board. It's 3.5 by 3.5 centimeters squared, and it does come with the little case. Now, for those of you which don't like Banggood, I will also put links to eBay items in the video description for you. They will be from the eBay UK site, but at least you know what you're looking for then if you're looking on ebay.com. And yeah, basically it came up to a kick-off of price. It just worked out cheaper for me to order them from Banggood and pay for express shipping than what it worked out for me to buy them from eBay with unknown shipping, if that makes sense. So that's why I bought them from Banggood. So yeah, the Pix Racer, very, very capable board. I did get asked a question about these a short while ago. What's the difference between the APM, the Pix Hawk, and the Pix Racer? It's just very the short answer is just versions or generations. You've got APM, which is proven, and that's 8-bit technology. You have the Pix Hawk, which is 32-bit, and quite a big form factor. It's about this big. I don't know if you could see that on the webcam. It's quite a fair size. And the Pix Racer is basically half the size of a Pix Hawk with slightly better sensors. So that's the basic summary of them. They all run either Q Ground Control or the software which I'll be using is Mission Planner. And yeah, very, very capable board. The one thing which I would like to say about the Pix Racer is I really do like these little connectors on here. I don't think we're going to see any pictures of the actual connectors themselves. Yeah, you don't really get an idea of them in that photo. But they are absolutely fantastic. Once they've clicked in, they're not coming back out again unless you forcibly push the little tabs on them to come out. Yeah, very, very capable board. And that's why I'm going for it. So the other Pix Racer which I've got here, I've got a sneaky suspicion it might end up back in the wing, or end up in the wing Z84. If not, it needs to go in that big flying wing I've got as well for flight stabilization. Now that kit which I've got up on my screen does not come with GPS, nor does it come with a current sensor. So I've gone for the Neo M8N GPS unit. Now give you a heads up, this will not directly wire in to the Pix Racer. I've got a previous episode which I've published on YouTube which shows you how to wire these up. Dead simple. The only two wires you can really screw up are black and red, and they are coloured black and red, so you know to put them onto positive and negative. The other wires, it really doesn't matter. It does matter which way you get them around, okay, because otherwise it won't work. But it doesn't matter if you wire them incorrectly, if that makes any sense. It doesn't matter if you have like one wire from the compass and one wire from somewhere else. But anyway, I do cover how you can wire that up in a separate episode on YouTube. And I will be going for that one because the GPS lock on that actual Neo MAN is absolutely fantastic. Talk about fast. It does pick up the satellites very, very quickly indeed. So yeah, about £16 is about the going price for these. It doesn't matter whether it's on Banggood or it's slightly more expensive on eBay actually. So yeah, about £16-17 is about right. And the last one is that I am taking a bit of a gamble on this one. I am 99% sure we can rewire this to work with the Pix Racer. I do need to go and do my research, and this is why I wanted to give you a heads up of these parts first, so that when I get them, is that I'll be able to test all the wiring and get the wiring right. So when you receive yours, you'll be able to follow me along exactly, and you won't end up blowing up your Pix Racer. Okay, so this is a current sensor, so this will not only power the Pix Racer itself off this little board here, and you'll notice it's in line, so that means that, and there's a little resistor which we can see in there, so we do get an idea on current, and that will power the Pix Racer, and it will also give us battery voltage and or also current being used, and enable us to calculate total current consumption as well, which is great, especially if we're running flight batteries like that. We know to like keep under 10 amps, for example, and we know that we do or don't know. Sorry, we are aware of or not aware of. No, I need to word this correctly, so that we are then aware of the flight battery pack voltage as well, so to give us an indication of how much more flight time we've got and what our current situation is. So yeah, you're not basically flying blind as far as battery voltage goes or current consumed. A unit like this will allow us to see that. So those are the three objects which I've, or three products which I've gone for: the Pix Racer with the Neo MAN GPS and the APM current sensor. But do note, this one I am 100% sure it needs rewiring on these cables for the plug connector to go into the Pix Racer. So do look out for a special episode on that one later. Also, while on the topic of the C1 Chaser, yesterday I bought a pair of these, which are the Frsky X8R receivers. I personally know these are good to 2.2 kilometers. They are very, very good. The other thing which interests me, what it interests us, is that they've got S-Bus. Okay, they've got S-Bus there, and we're able to run. If we put that receiver out on the wing of the model, we only really need to run one set of cables back to the receiver. There is a caveat to that, which is that for the RSSI, that also needs a separate cable to come back. So we get the true RSSI out, unless we do some funky stuff with a RSSI on a channel, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so worst case, we have 4 cables coming out of the X8R. Best case, it's just 3, which is the S-Bus connector, and we get a decent range on these. The alternative to the X8R would be the L9R, which again gives it's basically double the range of the X8R series. So these are rated, they say actually up to 1.5. It's elsewhere they suggest up to 2.5 kilometers. The L9R, if you look on YouTube, people have had them out to 10k without too many issues. So, and again, I'm assuming that you're using Frsky and the Taranis. So that's the receiver which I'm going for mine. The last two things which I've got on here is that yesterday, when I flew my Phantom FX61 on the weekend, I had two 4,000 milliamp hour packs put together in parallel. So they were still on 3S, and they gave me 8,000 milliamp hours battery available to me. But in the vector, so in the Eagle Tree vector, it recorded 4,200 milliamp hour used. But when I landed and immediately checked the battery packs with just a plug-in balance lead tester, both batteries were registering 33%. So there's something not right there. The vector is not really given a true picture of the amount of current consumed compared to the actual battery life which is left. There's no other wires which are hanging out the side of it, so there isn't any like volt power leaks, if that makes sense, because it's all going through the vector. So if anybody has an idea on that, I'd really appreciate that. I'll put a link to this thread in the RC groups. Yeah, kind of stuck on that one right now. And by the way, I went out and just checked the calibration. The current being used in the goggles compared to the multimeter. Me and the wife were sat there and I was running up at a range of different thrust values. Matched exactly. In fact, in what we noticed is that it is using slightly more current in the OSD compared to the real life current being used, which is actually a positive thing. So yeah, bit of a weird one there. That current milliampere used, I know it's probably just a guesstimate, but that's quite a large margin of error. And the last topic of today is who told Banggood. So I did post this in the Facebook group yesterday to keep an eye on this one, because what they'd actually done is made a little bit of a whoopsie, and the OSD programmer, which is £2.49, they did have that on the flight controller for £2.49. So we all thought that we were going to get a flight control board with switchable VTX in it and a current sensor for £2.49. No, they've been in the spot on it, so someone grassed us up. Damn it. So yeah, sorry lads, they changed their pricing. What can you do? But anyway, the reason why we're interested in that one, because it's got a video transmitter stuck on the bottom of it. Let's have a quick look. There you go. There's a video transmitter on the bottom of the flight control board. What a cool idea. I don't know what obviously I don't have one, and it's only on pre-order. Well, it's not even on pre-order yet. But it did look kind of curious for an all-in-one board. Yeah. But 44 quid's a bit expensive. I frankly preferred it at £2.49, you know? So with that said, I need to get some of this coffee down my throat. It's absolutely freezing in here in the office today. And it's supposed to be raining later, so it won't be a flying day today, which is a bit of a shame, because I'd like to go and get that Wings at 84 out and give it a whirl around and see if what happens with iNav on 1.3. I don't know. I'll keep you posted. So with that said, thank you ever so much for joining me this morning for an RC coffee chat. If the weather is not shocking with you today and you're out flying, please do chuck a battery in for me and rag the nuts off it. So with that said, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for joining me this morning. And on that note, cheerios.